So hello friends, hello po. Now in this video, I'm just going to give you the most updated list of requirements for I-129F petition or the petition for alien fiancé, who may file the form and where to send the form. So don't skip this video, subscribe now if you haven't subscribed yet. Click the notification bell button to get notified on my uploads and updates about the K-1 visa processes, the green card. So hello friends. Hello po. How are you? Now, good morning, good afternoon, or good evening, no matter what time you see this video and wherever you are. Welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, my name is Jade. I am originally from the Philippines, but I live now in Florida. And just like you, I am a K-1 fiancé visa filer myself, DIY. All of it are do-it-yourself. It's just me and my husband. So I know exactly what you feel right now. I know what you're going through right now. The stress that you're going through right now, because I've been there, done that. So I share my personal experience through my videos. If you visit my channel and click playlist, you'll see an album title there, K-1 Fiancé Visa. I have there videos of what are the processes right now, where your documents are going through, who's going to be involved in this process, the list of requirements for K-1 visa interview, biometrics, medical, this and that. And if you're now in the process of your green card, or it's just about to come here in the US and soon you'll be applying for your green card, or what are the steps that you need to do when you arrive here in the US as a K-1 fiancé visa. So you may check my album title, Adjustment of Status. I have their videos of how I fill out the forms, the list of requirements of my green card, this and that. Soon I will be uploading videos about my removal of conditions as part of the K-1 visa process and journey here in the US. So you may check my videos. It might be relevant with your visa process right now. It might help you as well. Now, just a disclaimer, I am not affiliated with any government agency, nor working with or as an immigration attorney. I am not a professional or a legal expert. I'm only sharing based on my personal experience, my research, and my knowledge about the K-1 visa processes, and so as the green card. These are all based on my personal experience, my research, and my knowledge. I highly encourage you guys to always visit the official website of the US Visa. That's uscis.gov. And the other one is travel.state.gov. So those are the official website of the US Visa that you can always rely to on informations. So yes, without further ado, let's start with who may file the form. So you may file this petition if you are a US citizen and you and your fiancé are both legal and free to marry each other within 90 days of your fiancé's admission to the United States, and have met each other in person within 2 years immediately before you file this petition, unless you establish that either meeting your fiancé would violate strict and long-established customs of your fiancé's foreign culture or social practices, or the requirement to meet your fiancé in person would result in extreme hardship for you, or you have filed or are filing Form I-130 on behalf of your spouse and wish to have your spouse enter as a non-immigrant to await the immediate availability of an immigrant visa and to file adjustment of status. That's for K-3 visas. Now, if you're on those qualifications, you are now eligible to apply for your I-129F. Now, for the U.S. citizen petitioner, the evidence that you need to submit are, of course, your birth certificate issued by a civil registrar, vital statistics office, or other civil authority showing that you were born in the United States. Now, for those that are not born in the United States, a copy of the naturalization certificate issued by the U.S. or the former Immigration and Naturalization Services, if applicable, or a copy of the Form FS-240 or the Consular Report of Birth Abroad or the CRBA issued by the U.S. Embassy or U.S. Consulate. Now, a copy of your unexpired U.S. passport or an original statement of a U.S. consular officer verifying you're a U.S. citizen with a valid passport. So, anything that is applicable from what I've mentioned. And another thing, evidence of your legally terminated prior marriages. If you are divorced, then you need to submit the final copy of the divorce decree or the annulment paper for beneficiaries. Or if you are a widower, then you need to submit a copy of the death certificate of your previous spouse. Now, you don't need to submit original documents. All of what I've mentioned, you don't need to submit the original documents. Scanned or photocopy are accepted, not unless if USCIS requested. So for petitioner, aside from that, one piece 2x2 photos taken within 30 days. If applicable, evidence of your legal name change, and then evidence that you and your fiancé intend to marry within 90 days of their admission to the United States as a K-1 non-immigrant visa. And also evidence that you have met in person within 2 years of you filing your I-129F. Now, if you haven't met in 2 years, you need to submit evidence that meeting in person would violate strict and long established of customs of your fiancé or your fiancé's foreign culture and social practices, or would be an extreme hardship for the petitioner. So you need to submit evidence. Now, for your beneficiary, you need to include your beneficiary's passport bio page, birth certificate, one piece 2x2 photos taken within 30 days. If applicable, your beneficiary's annulment paper or divorce decree, the final divorce decree paper or the annulment, or the death certificate of the previous spouse. If you're both single, then you don't have to worry about this one. Aside from that, if she or he has a certificate of no marriage, you may include that one, but that's not necessary. And then you and petitioner should, of course, what I've mentioned earlier, the letter of intent to marry, that you intend to marry within 90 days upon the arrival of your beneficiary here in the United States. You may just put it together in one bond paper and you just sign both, or you may do separate documents, separate letter, and then just make sure that you signed it using a black ink pen. Do not electronically sign it. Please sign it using a black pen. So aside from the letter of intent to marry, which you're both going to sign, please make another letter statement, a letter statement from you and your fiancé, petitioner and beneficiary, stating the circumstances of the meeting. So what we did back then is that we just made a story. We put all the details of when did we first met, how long did my fiance, which is now my husband, how long did he stay in the Philippines with me, what did we do during the time that he was with me in the Philippines. So that's how we did it. And both, please sign it. So each of you will have to do it. Now, aside from that, please include the airline ticket, the booking, the hotel bookings, and then and then include your pictures together of your meeting, and then include your call logs and chat logs, just to show that the communication is still going, that the relationship is still going. So those are the requirements that you need to include in your I-129F petition. Now, for those that are petitioning to classify your spouse as a K3 non-immigrant visa, provide a copy of your I-797C or the Notice of Action showing you have filed Form I-130, Petition for Alien Relative, on behalf of your spouse. Now, unless the Form I-129F and I-130 are concurrently filed, and a marriage certificate issued by a civil authority showing your valid marriage to the beneficiary. So if you are classifying your spouse as a K3 non-immigrant, those are the requirements that you need to include. But the rest, for my friends who are applying for K1 and K2 visas, the ones that I've mentioned earlier are the requirements that you need to submit. Again, do not submit the original document. Scanned or photocopy is accepted, not unless USCIS requested. So if you want more information about this, you may always visit the USCIS website. That's uscis.gov. So those are the most updated list of requirements right now for the I-129F for your K1 and K2 visa. Here is where you're going to submit your packet. If you choose USPS, please submit on this address. This is the lockbox office of the USPS. Now, if you choose UPS, FedEx, and DHL, this is the address where you're going to submit it. So these are different. USPS and the UPS, DHL, and FedEx are different lockbox offices. So please don't make the mistake, because I see a lot of people, they mistakenly use the USPS address on the UPS, or they use UPS but they use the USPS address, and then their case or their application was rejected and returned to them. Now, for payment method, you cannot pay using personal check or money order. You may only use Form G1650 or the Form G1450, the authorization for credit card transaction, and then the ACH transaction. You may check my video, my channel, for the information about it. What is G1650 and 1450? Yeah, so I'm just gonna insert this real quick. I'm going to show you how to properly arrange your packet using the most recommended way by USCIS. Yes, for those that doesn't know, USCIS has a recommendation on how you properly arrange or assemble your packet. So before I show you, these are all the reminders that you need to consider when you print out, arrange your packets, and the forms that you need to submit. Please make sure that it is legible copies of official documents, because USCIS may scan them in black, white, or grayscale. So you have to make sure that the copies are not blurry or faded, do not have streaks or toner lines, that it is not upside down, lopsided, or skewed or distorted. And please make sure that it does not have a text or image or images that are obscured, partially cut off, or missing due to folded pages or improper copying. And please make sure that all the copies, all the pages, especially of the forms, are there completely. It is not missing a page. Now again, you do not need to submit original documents. Scanned or photocopies are accepted, not unless USCIS requested. Because if you submit original document with your form when they are not requested or not required, USCIS may destroy them. And now all the forms that you're going to submit to USCIS must be in a single-sided and in a standard size 8.5 by 11-inch paper or a short bond paper. It should not be printed into back-to-back. It should be single-sided only on a short bond paper. Now, please do not submit evidence using a digital media, photo albums, scrapbooks, or binders. They cannot process it and they will return it to you. I've heard someone before that the person submitted a photo album. It was returned to them, and their case, they had an RFE, or I think it was really rejected. Now, if you provide photos or attachments, now please provide your name at the top of the attachment or top of the page or the back of the photo. provide your name. Put your name on the back of the photo or the very top of the documents that you're going to send to USCIS. Now, if you forget to send in supporting documents with your benefit request package, please do not submit it on a separate package to USCIS lockbox office. Now, if you have an online account and are able to add your paper filed case to the account, you can upload the supporting documentation in your online account. But if you do not have an online account and cannot add your paper filed case to your account, just please keep the supporting documentation so that you can submit it later on to the appropriate location when they request it. Now, this is very important. When you prepare your packet, do not use binders or folders that are not easy to disassemble and or heavy duty staples. So please avoid binders, folders that are not easy to disassemble for the USCIS officers, and do not use heavy duty staples. So this is an example of a heavy or a binder. This is something that you should avoid using. So this is how you properly arrange your I-129F packet. We use clasp envelope because this is very secure, double secure right here. And you can just fold it, put it in there. So make sure that on the back of the order, this is the front of the envelope, by the way. So this is the back and this is the front. Make sure that you put this, the name of the form that you are submitting. Please make sure that you have this and you put your name there. So in the very first page, put in the very top, by the way, on the very top, make sure that you put the G1450 or the G1650, whichever payment method you prefer. So this is the form G1450 or this is the form G1450 and this is the G1650. You can zoom it in on your phones if you're watching this on your phones. I just put the 2x2 photos in the very front so we don't lose them. If you can secure it on a Ziploc or something, please make sure that you secure it. You can use binder clips, this one right here. You can use binder clips or paper clips, that is allowed. So very top is your G1450 or the G1650, and the next behind it is the G1145 or the electronic notification of application petition acceptance. Make sure that you include this so you get a text message from them once they receive your application or petition or request. So G1450, G1650, and then the G1145, and then the cover letter. So on the cover letter, you can just put petitioner's name, complete address, mobile number, and email address so they know where to contact the petitioner. Don't forget to put the date and then the signature on the very the bottom. So this is where we submitted. We use UPS. So this is the lockbox office for UPS. United States Citizenship and Immigration Services. And then the lockbox office. Application for petition for alien fiancé, to whom it may concern. So enclosed, please find the form I-129F, petition for alien fiancé, and supporting documents. So G1450, because we use if you choose to pay credit card or debit card. 1650 for ACH transaction. And then the 1145, the form itself, passport size photo of petitioner and beneficiary, and then copies of the following. So you can just put right here. So these are all the documents that we submitted. If there's something you want to add on, just put another bullet here and then just include it here. Scan photocopies of documents submitted or exact photocopies, and then please make sure that you put the signature here. And then here comes the form. So this is the arrangement. So you just have to make sure that you put on the very top the form G1450 or 1650, and then the G1145 or electronic, and then the cover letter, and then the form. So this is how I arrange it. 1450, 1145, the I-129F form, the passport size photo, and then the rest of the supporting documents. Anyways, just a sample for our proof of relationship. So this is actually, I have a separate video for this one, but this is our proof of relationship. Photos of our first meeting, blah blah blah. You don't need to put a lot of pictures, just the very important. Here, chat logs like this, call logs, meeting, yep, and then that's it. Our video calls, that's yours. So good luck everybody. I hope everything goes smooth for you guys. If you have any questions, please feel free to leave a comment below. I would be very happy to help you or answer your questions if I know the answer. So you may leave a comment or reach out to me if you need assistance. So good luck everybody. Thank you very much for watching. Please don't forget to like this video, to share this video to our fellow K1 Visa friends out there. And I hope to see you in my next video. Bye for now.